when I first start writing a song, what I'm looking for and what I think is so helpful, even more than so helpful, almost needed to really chase after a song, because sometimes they come easy, other times they take a lot of work. And I would say 19 times out of 20, I really work on songs. I really think through it and give it a lot of time to process. I've actually found, I've written some songs in the room from start to finish with some people that have gone on to live outside of that room. But more often than not, my strength, I think, is really in kind of marinating in a thought, meditating on a thought, really trying to figure out, man, what is the best way to say what I want to say? And to kind of chase after that, you need to have a vision of what you want to say first. And so I call the thing you start a song with is like an anchor. The thing that you build the whole song around, the little idea that has come to you, that you think, man, there's something so special. There's an angle. Of some aspect about God, or some way we could say we love you that I've never really sung about before, or some reason it sparks in my heart. And so I'm going to chase that down. And so first we're going to talk about like kind of uncovering that anchor and how you find it. And so often, and Brian would say this too, because he sends me little voice memos and MP3s once in a while of just moments that are happening in worship. And I think some of the best times those anchors come when you're just in that moment of worshiping God, pleasing the heart of the Father, and you're not trying to come up, you're not thinking, what would my church sing, and just trying to barf out like the best idea you can, But what I find is that anchor, it's almost like the inspiration of the song. Those come out of moments for me that I am like the prime reason why I'm singing out that, or why it's been created, is because what was to just bless the Father's heart. And like an example of that would be like, okay, like, this would be maybe things that don't end up making their way all the way to being a song. It's like, okay, my church said they needed upbeat songs, and so they wanted a praise song, and so, okay, I'll sing, it's gonna be called Praise Him Forever, and then we're gonna sing Praise Him Forever, Praise Him Forever, and it's like, it just feels like stale, it just, and it never really gets finished, because there wasn't something that like my heart remembered, oh yeah, like that's when I felt like the presence of God, and I was just talking to him and he was responding to me, and there's something really special that happened in my heart. And it could have been like when you're singing to him, like sometimes I get on my piano and I'm just say, Lord, like can you throw out the idea that this song is for a record of my mind? Can you help me not think about this is going to be for a record from my church, and I just want to worship you in this moment. And it might be 30 minutes of just reading the scripture once in a while, and oh, your goodness, your anger is just a moment, but your goodness lasts a lifetime. It's awesome. Thank you, Lord, and this. And so I'm just singing, and it's just like, thank you for your goodness. It lasts my whole life, I can, man. And you just start meditating on what that means. And to last a lifetime, like my whole life, I can count on your goodness. I can count on you. I can count on your goodness. Man, that could be a title. And then maybe you even think, count on your goodness. That could be a title of a song. And maybe in your heart right then, you were not counting on his goodness. And something about where you're at, and in that moment with a truth you fell upon, like it's almost like, there's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing kind of new we can sing, but at the same time, there's infinite new things we can sing about this God who is infinite. And he just once in a while lets us just kind of, maybe each aspect of him is like a gem, and every little angle, like if you turn it a little bit, like the light reflects on it in a whole different way. And so you've always known about maybe the cross, or let's go back to his goodness. You've always known about his goodness, and you've sung songs about his goodness, and your church loves singing about his goodness, and you think, we have all the songs we need about his goodness. But then all of a sudden you come across a verse that talks about his goodness lasts a lifetime. And you've been going through maybe a situation where you just like, you haven't been trusting in his goodness, and you just kind of connect this truth with your moment, and all of a sudden, and not that you're doing all this for the anchor, but all of a sudden, if you have eyes to see and you're looking at your life like a songwriter, all of a sudden, like this anchor is born for a song, because this truth of God in a little bit a different way than you've ever thought, that, man, your goodness lasts a lifetime. I can count on it. I can count on it. It's just like, man, count on you. Count on your goodness somewhere in there. And you get this anchor, and that anchor, you kind of, with that, you cast a vision and I have a real clear direction of kind of what you want the song to be about. You have no idea what the melody is. You have no idea what lyrics you're going to say, other than something surrounding this idea of being able to count on the goodness of God, you know? And so sometimes it's like, wow, I'm going to write this song that's just lit my heart on fire, and it's written. Other times I just remember my count on your goodness. Remember that for an idea, you know? And maybe also I'm like, count on you. I can trust in you in every moment, everything. Like, your goodness is there. It's following me, and whatever it is. You know, you kind of throw out some phrases and I forget about it sometimes for a year, and then I come after. But if that anchor it came from somewhere special, I believe at some point it was meant to come to you, and you need to be faithful with that moment of inspiration to go through all the perspiration to bring it to life. You know, I found there's that moment of inspiration that doesn't come all the time, but sometimes in worship, even some happen. I mean, probably this morning, I'm not sure what was planned and all what isn't, but I know like yesterday there was like 3 or 4 times we started singing stuff that hadn't been written yet, and maybe it was just for that time, you know, but maybe we'll hear the YouTube or something, or watch the YouTube later and be like, whoa, like that was cool, there should be a song about that, you know. And so as songwriters, we get to go through life and see situations like, you know, maybe those of you who can relate, or you will relate one day, like, man, the first time you hold your first baby, and this is a whole new thing, you know, and it widens your ability to experience God, because it widens your own experience, you know, or maybe you're sitting and you're watching Lord of the Rings, and you're just so pumped about Frodo. I mean, he has made it, you know, against all odds. He made it, man, against all, and you're just like, gosh, like, when the goodness wins in the end, and God's goodness, and you're just like, for some reason, all these things kind of come together in your heart. Like, I don't know why, but when Gandalf said, "None shall pass," man, I just saw God in that, like, protecting me, you know, just like so nerdy, but like, man, I'm gonna sing about how he's above me and below me, and nothing's gonna penetrate his love for me, you know, whatever it is. It's like, you know, in your heart, it's like, wow, there's not, as songwriters, you go from just being a believer who's like, wow, God, thank you. I can't wait to go to church and worship on that new foundation, you know, the fresh revelation of you. But as songwriters, we get to say, wow, God, I can't wait to make something that will point other people and help other people understand what I just understood for the first time, what I just saw in a new way the first time. And so all that being said, man, count on your goodness. And so there's that anchor of a song that really can't be manufactured in my mind, and that you got to be on the lookout for. But once you have that, you've got somewhere to start. And I find if I have a vision and sometimes even a title of a song, it helps me so much as I'm crafting the rest of the song. And I think of songs, sometimes I wonder to a fault, you know, because it doesn't always need to be like this, but I think of songs almost like like if you think of a sentence has a verse, a subject, maybe some adverbs, maybe some adjectives, but it all goes together to create a complete thought, right? And that's kind of what I think of a song, you know, you have the subject, which is the chorus, and it is what the song's about. It is what you're leading up to. It is what everything else in that sentence is trying to talk about, you know. And then you have like the verses, which are like maybe the verbs, you know, and the adjectives, and those are kind of describing what the chorus is doing and where it's going and why you want to sing it. And then there's like the adverbs that are like the bridge that kind of say what the chorus, everything else is doing in a different way, you know. But there's an idea that it's a complete thought, you know, that one word builds on the next, that one line builds on the next, that there's not a wasted moment, that there's not a wasted lyric, but it all kind of builds to making you, but also even more so, your congregation, the people you're leading that song for, to making them understand why you wanted to write that song in the first place, like to bring them to the place of like they feel like they're catching on to that anchor for the first time, you know? And so if you're talking about God's goodness, man, like I'm gonna write a really bad song right now, but just kind of show you. So maybe the goodness, it's really simple, but like, I'm counting on your goodness. Oh, I'm counting on your goodness. I'm counting on your goodness for me. Oh, 'cause your love is relentless. Your goodness following me. Something like that, you know, that's just count on your goodness, you know? And so it's all like, man, we're like, that's cool to sing, but man, now we gotta make, that's great to talk, count on it, like, yeah, we are, but man, you with the verses, now you're gonna draw people into why it is amazing that we can count on his goodness. Now you're gonna explain to them why, when we hit that chorus, like we can sing this, like, and man, sometimes that takes a lot of effort for me. Sometimes verses can take, there's that song, we even played, me and Brian were working on a new song. It's the song we played at the end of the service and has some cool moments, you know, that with my hands held high and my heart bowed low, I surrender. Remember we did that? There's been a lot of songs, but and even since then, we got off stage, we're like, the chorus is cool, the bridge is cool, but those verses are need to change, you know? And they're changed, and now we're like, and we worked on them, and I think we got it, you know, but maybe they might need to be written again. And don't be afraid of doing that, because if you have an anchor that you really believe in, it's worth the fight, you know? And I'm telling you, like, songs that are actually on records, there's quite a few over the years, you know, that have kind of made it into the light of day, and it still can be such a battle, you know, and I can second guess, is that even worthwhile to sing about? But I'm telling you, if there's something in your heart that's sparked, even from an idea, you know, like chase it, rewrite it, show it to people. They'll tell you, I hated everything except for this. It's like, why? It's like, they'll tell you why. You're like, you're right, I'll erase everything and start over from this. And now it's a totally different title, but it's still got the same, you know, you just chase. But counting on your goodness, you know, man, I guess when my mind immediately just goes to, man, you know, in the battle, you just start thinking through it. Why would I count on your goodness, God? Like, why? Like, you show me you're good. You're giving me the cross. You tell me that I'm free. I know if I believe the lies that are going on inside, I'm not good enough, Lord, but in your goodness, man, maybe this is a declaration, like, I won't believe the lies anymore. You know, you're just singing it. And I won't believe the lies anymore. Yeah. 'Cause you said that I'm your child. You said that I'm your child. You know, it's just, that is not a good song, but you're kind of going for, I won't believe the lies anymore. Yeah. Or in the store, maybe you're like, oh, that's bad. Like, I don't want to, but what is there anymore? Like, I'm counting on your goodness. Man, you're with me in the ways. Oh, wow, you did great things. The same God who did great things back in the Old Testament, like you're doing them now. The same God who silenced the lions, are you silencing the lies against me? The same God who parted the waves and doing the impossible. Man, you know, I believe with you that all things are possible. I believe that you are still working miracles, even though I can't see. Oh God, I believe, you know, you're good. And it's like, wait, there's something there, you know? It's like, we're doing it now. It's like, that is it. You are still doing that. I'm gonna count, you know, because I've seen what you've done in the past. Man, that's a cool idea. I've seen what your past faithfulness, your past faithfulness pushes me into trusting in the future, you know? So what I've seen you done, like, I don't know how to phrase it, but I know that's gonna be the second verse. Like, your past faithfulness propels me to trust you with my future. Man, that sounds like a bridge, you know? Not like those lyrics, but something in there. It's like the God who has done great things in the past is the God who's doing great things in the present, and that promises and it's all on a document on your iPad, and you're working it out, and you're hashing it out, and you're figuring out how it all works, and then you rewrite it, and then you rewrite it, and then it's like, maybe this is something my church will want to sing.